Hello everyone, this is Bobbin Threadbare, and welcome back to Garrett Gets Killed by an Invisible Monster. A shame that... oh wait, nope, Garrett lived. It was all just a bad dream. Except I did actually take some damage.
Anyway, I'm Kalon Zombie.
I'm the ghost of Corbin Dallas. No, I'm not. I'm Random Ninja.
And, yeah, I will say this. It is possible to evade the Night Watchman, which is the sort of weird ghost thing I just encountered. So, yeah, it's a nasty surprise, but it's one that you should be, like, prepared for, because it is extremely loud, as we have noticed before.
Yeah.
Blurg. Yes, it wasn't quiet.
No.
Yeah, so it was surprising, but it was fair. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Now, let's say you had somehow taken damage prior to that. Could that ghost have killed you?
Well, it only took off a tiny little sliver there at the top.
But let's say you played through basically the whole rest of the level before finding a point of no return, and you had almost no health left because golems, and then you got hit by the ghost. Do you think it could kill you?
The scenario seems unlikely, but it is possible to enter a mission with less than full health.
Okay. And you're stepping in the blood again. Ugh.
What a silly sounding noise. It's like suction
Well,
cups.
yeah.
It's like
a kid with
you're
galoshes.
an octopus. Yeah.
And it sounds like when you walk around in Octodad.
Yeah, that's exactly.
Well, we gotta squeeze past this blockade here. Furniture and our old friend Jim Beam.
Jim Beam.
Don't know how he got here, but I'm glad to see him.
Doesn't really fit into the rest of the decor, but hey, a welcome friend.
What the hell?
You know, even though we're not going to get the Thief Taker General, I'm glad that we're going to at least see Jim Beam.
Well, looks like we're getting into the top secret part of this laboratory/asylum.
They follow the video game tester's route to NDA an entire section.
Mm-hmm.
Well, apparently the idea is that they are practicing what could possibly be patented treatment plans.
Can you do that? Can you patent an entire treatment plan?
Well, you can patent medicine.
Yeah.
That's true.
That's why you have generics.
Right, that makes sense.
Well, generics are what happens when the patent runs out.
Oh, birds.
Spooky elevator.
Garrett, I'm slipping!
For a second, I thought that was Garrett making that wheezing sound.
Garrett, give me the claw!
By the way, are you sick of that audio clip yet?
Yeah?
Well, too bad.
Yeah, I'm going to hear it like 5 more times, aren't I?
Absolutely.
They love that particular audio clip for some reason.
Well, they probably only have like 6 or 7 audio clips for her.
And for some reason, that is not a point of no return, and you can go back to the front area.
Weird.
Unusual.
But forgiving, which is nice.
Yeah.
Not that there's really anything to forget here except for loot. So. Excitable patience.
Excitable patience.
There's nice touches to this place. To this spooky, scary mansion.
Warning, hitchhikers may be escaping patients.
Isn't there... I feel like I've heard the old wives' tale about that message where it sounds silly, but it was actually a real concern for some period of time.
I can imagine that coming up.
Yeah. Especially around areas with actual insane asylums.
All dead but the shadows.
Apparently there's someone still alive down here.
The shadows have been hungry.
That or it's the house being creepy, because, you know, that's also a possibility in a haunted mansion, or insane asylum, or whatever this is.
Push the button. Yeah.
Nope, doesn't work.
This.
Oh.
I wanted to meet our mystery not actually here man.
There's a button there in a room with a button. Look, it's a doctor.
Yeah, like a modern doctor. What's he doing here?
Apparently he's just hanging around.
There's
Awful. Just bad.
If I wanted these kind of jokes, I'd do an LP with Geop.
Lobotomy room.
Oh, hello there.
Whoa.
Did he hang himself?
No, he's just hanging out right in front of the damn door.
There's a lot of glass here.
And oil. That's the dark patch.
And oil. Wonder if there'll be encounters or monsters you need to sneak past.
Oh, we just saw some patients. And somebody's eager to get out.
But there was
This door's
nobody in there.
open.
We looked in that
There's
room.
probably a generator down
Yeah,
there
it's
somewhere.
spooky.
No, there was somebody in there. He was just hiding under the door. And he's like, I'm gonna totally bang on the door and he's gonna be spooked.
He's gonna pee himself.
He's gonna probably scream like a girl.
Well, in another takeoff of Shalebridge Cradle, the shit does not really start going down until we restore the power.
Is it candle power?
No, it's got a full generator this time.
Yeah.
What technological level is this supposed to be? If it's steampunk, it should all be steampunk. If it's not, it shouldn't be steampunk at all.
Well, steam powers electricity. Steam still powers electricity today. That's how modern generators work.
It all depends on, like, who's willing to pony up the extra money for electricity, because I would imagine that in this kind of time era, electricity is still shitloads expensive, and it's just easier to get torches and use them up.
But the bank had cameras. Was that a trap?
Yeah, and there was a black spot on top of the cabinet there, so... yeah, that was my fault. It's not showing up because it's gone off and it won't go off again. But screw it.
Extracting the primal.
I already lost the opportunist challenge, so that doesn't really matter.
Boy, that really hurt you.
Yeah.
That hurt a lot. That's probably the most damaging thing we've seen all game.
Yeah, that was a mean trap.
Well, it won't be the most damaging thing we'll see.
Let me guess, there's instant kill things later.
Oh, and by the way, one of the notes I just read down here explained that the glass and the oil is to protect against the golems. So apparently not all of the staff went golem, and some of them were forced to, like, fight them to escape.
Well, that would explain the riots.
Yeah.
Oh, I guess that's the generator.
Yep. Nothing back here except for the giant lever.
And now we're gonna see some creepy monsters, oh boy. The Slendy Man is out to get us.
But not just yet, it seems.
No.
So does killing a golem count as a kill later on in the level?
Yes.
Can you bop a golem on the head?
I do not believe that works.
Huh.
Oh, good old dramatic, slow opening doors and lights.
Yep.
There's nobody in that room. Hey, Kalon. There's nobody in that room. I don't think someone was planning to scare us.
Oh,
Sorry. Hate to disappoint you. No, I don't.
dang.
What the hell is a magnifying glass doing in the sensory deprivation room?
No less a gold magnifying glass.
Well, in any case, this is the room we want to be in, as you can tell by the giant glowing blue light thing.
Yeah. Or as Heave likes to call it sometimes, the we're bad at game design button.
Well, except it's not even a button, it's just glowing there.
Well, a light, yeah.
Yeah, it's the... We're not sure if you're going to be able to find this place, have this giant glowy light.
Just double checking there's nothing back in the other room. Hey, loot. And for some reason, picking up loot sets this off.
Garrett, wait.
Okay.
Why are we?
Like the game designers don't trust you to do
Don't show
something
him you're
else.
scared. Don't let him see you lose control. I wanted to stop him. I wanted to save myself, but they won't let me wake up.
I need the primal out of the girl.
That
now,
guy has a
but do not
huge
let
head.
her die, no matter the cost.
He's got good fashion sense, though.
Don't you, Garrett? The fear of
His
being
head is like
trapped.
twice the size of a normal human head.
Quickly! She's corrupting it!
See? Oh, I ruin everything.
The primal is dangerous! It must be controlled!
The MacGuffin is blank. It must be blank.
No!
And he
no good.
stabs the eye, just for the added little bit of screwing you with you.
That wasn't a lobotomy pick. That was a syringe.
Yes.
These doctors don't know how to
They will
conduct
die.
proper lobotomies.
Well, this isn't the lobotomy room. The lobotomy room is 2 chambers over.
Now the Baron wants it.
Oh,
He spoke about the prison level.
And
Looks like
murder.
I'm going even deeper into
Yes.
this hole.
mm. Oh.
Does he have a shank?
I guess so.
But remember, Garrett doesn't kill.
I feel like you should be able to kill with blunt arrows if you get them in the face.
I imagine they do a little damage.
You should at least be able to knock them out if they're not expecting, like, an arrow to the back of the head.
Because, I mean, sticks hurt. I don't know if you've ever been hit with a stick.
Oh, no, I've been hit with a stick
They're
before. Yeah,
not
they
soft.
hurt. No.
By the way, you hear that very obvious and hard to ignore knocking sound that only appears in this specific room?
Well, there you go.
He's knocking.
Well, it is not precisely spelled out for you, which I appreciate at least. But the idea is that that locked safe in this room, the combination is the number of knocks. First 7, then 3, and then 1.
That's neat, I guess.
Okay, but where's the knocking coming from?
The pipes.
Okay, but why?
It's spooky!
Huh?
Spooky ooga booga booga.
We had all sorts of crazy ass creaking and groaning upstairs, so what's a little knocking on top of that?
Well, the knocking is more specific. It's got a purpose to it. Creaky-ass groaning is just ooga booga spooky. But this is... You know, this is very specific. Another gold magnifying glass, sure.
Yeah, why not?
We got a lot of things to look at very closely around here, apparently.
They're vivisecting people, so...
And a gold syringe. Useful, practical.
I think that one was silver.
No, that one was gold.
Was it? Okay.
And, yeah, basically every loot item comes in 2 different flavors, silver and gold. Like gold surgical scissors.
Oh, surgical scissors are twice as expensive as regular gold scissors.
Mm-hmm.
Because...
Surgical.
Yeah, okay.
It's like when you put gaming in front of a keyboard and up the price by $50 for no real
Or
reason.
mouse, or computer.
Or wires. I remember hearing premium wires go for a hell of a lot.
Oh yeah, gaming HDMI. Yeah.
Oh god, okay, yeah.
Gold-plated, gold wires.
Never buy monster HDMI cables because they are like $50 for 6 feet, and then you can just get 2 6-foot cables for $20 at
I
Target.
think I nailed that guy through the eyeball.
It definitely looked that way.
Yeah, it did.
Got him good.
Looks like there's an alternate path down from here. So I'll just save that for later. Oh, full up on flash bombs. Oh, no, I just
Aw.
missed the
Right.
eyeball.
Dang.
Although, for all we know, it could have hit him in the eyeball, and it's just this game decided that, no. I like that you've just given up on bopping them on the head.
Through the ear and plants face first into the fire. All right.
Very cartoony, that shot.
Yeah, well, I guess I just think, let's just say I'm putting them out of their misery.
It looks like he's wearing those gag headbands with the arrows going in.
Except it's an actual arrow going in.
Well, yes, except in this case, it's not a gag headband.
Somebody, you just prop them up, Weekend at Bernie style, around a coffee table. Hey, man, great costume.
Weekend at Bernie's. So anyway, the idea is that by restoring power, we've not only opened all the doors around here, we've also restored power to the elevator, which goes down to the prison level, which is where Erin's been transferred after the operation on her in these rooms failed. And that was what the flashback was, by the way. It was Erin's perspective on when she was being operated on by the Baron.
Yeah, I got that.
Who is Mr. Giant Head Fashion Sense.
Oh, okay.
And for some reason, I cannot jump down here. Pressing spacebar does not work here. I cannot back off down into this shaft.
Garrus is like, no, I don't wanna.
It should be an alternate entrance.
But it is not.
But it's not.
It is not.
I wonder if... Did you look it up? Is it supposed to be? Is it broken? Was it intended to be one?
I don't know. And I really can't be bothered to care.
Sounds about right.
What chapter are we on right now?
5.
5?
Out of 8.
Oh. Short for a thief game.
Well, like I said, there's a whole lot of side missions and exploration that will be coming rather shortly now.
Oh, okay.
The last 2 chapters are just sort of strung together, so everything unlocks after chapter 6.
Still pretty short for a thief game.
Nice touch with the scratch marks there.
Yeah. You have to... Okay, well... Actually, this sort of does make sense.
Yeah, a locked button that lets you down into the prison level.
Yeah. I guess you don't want people without, like, the right protection and clearance getting in there, so...
Man, Garrett must be spooked. Look at his leg.
Now, he's just doing that thing where you just, like, twitch your leg on, like, the ball of your, foot and just constantly bounce it up and down. I do that all the time. It drives my mom crazy.
And the door only opens halfway.
There are glowing mushrooms down here.
No, they're poppy pods. Remember that.
Oh, that's right. Because Poppy glows for some reason in this universe. Just shove a whole flower right in your mouth. The stem is still hanging out on the side.
Well, there's one of the golems. So here's the trick about golems. Is that they take a hell of a lot of normal damage to take down.
Oh, he's gone now.
But they are weak to fire.
Fire bad.
So you may recall the last couple times I've been at a store, I've made a point of stocking up on fire arrows.
Yes.
Yeah.
Now you know why.
So, fun fact, I looked it up. That's supposed to lead to a path to another room. That's all that little air vent did. It just brought you out to another part of the treatment center. The basement of the treatment center, specifically.
And yet it did not allow me
And yet it did not.
to go down there.
No.
It's what it should have done, but didn't. So now we know.
I guess you cut out some waiting to get...
That person was
So
naked.
that way the golem didn't...
That wasn't waiting, that was going to an earlier quick save.
Oh, okay.
Because I fired a blast arrow at that guy, and I managed to miss him twice.
Okay.
Which sucks, because blast arrows are really expensive. And you may have noticed, but one of them takes out one of the golems immediately.
What are they're just called freaks, right?
I don't know.
No, I like Gollum.
Yeah, I like golems. That's what I'm calling them. Like, the game doesn't really formally give them a name, I don't think. I mean, I'm sure there's material...
Increases speed at which locks are picked.
I'm sure there's material online which explains it. Or...
Probably. Then again, there's material online for everything, so...
But yeah, the trick with the golems is they hate light. That's why they're weak to fire.
And these phosphorins...
Is Aaron really held down here? I should check.
Bioluminescence doesn't bother them then?
Nope. You may notice, but it doesn't count as light on the light gem, so...
Oh, it's only light that makes Garrett visible. That's oddly specific.
Yeah. Well, so is this game's light gem. Anyway, apparently Aaron was kept down here the longest, so this is where all the golems are concentrated.
And that's because she corrupted the primal, from what I got at the flashback earlier?
Yeah, I guess.
Okay.
It's them spooky powers we've been talking about.
Something else never really stated?
Yeah. But, so the thing is that the light down here...
I've seen my share of prisons in the city. Nothing like this.
The light down here, the golems do not like to, wander through it. Although they will, if you're standing in it, they will attack you if you're standing in the light.
I was about to ask.
That guy just...
Yeah,
he just
clipped right through that grate.
That guy phased through the floor. Two, I was going to say, like, is it possible to, like, just completely cheese this area by hiding in the light?
No, they can still see you when you're in the light. And in fact, they have very good dark vision, too. So if you've alerted them, they can see you fairly easily, even if you're in full shadow. So I do like the enemy design in this case. They are very interesting and difficult enemies to face. Even more so when you're trying to murder them all. But the reason that they've been dying so quickly when I've been using fire arrows is because I am making sure...
Oh my god, their eyes glow. Sorry.
Yes, they do. But the thing is that I'm making sure that they are walking onto the puddles of oil before shooting them with a fire arrow. That kills them instantly.
Alright.
Because otherwise you need a blast arrow to kill them instantly. A regular fire arrow does about 1/3 damage.
Good.
As I recall from from my run on normal, I believe that the amount of damage they take doesn't really change.
Trixie Howard took it from us.
Come on, you bastard, just another step forward.
Actually, hold on, let me...
So, basically, every time
That's
there's
it.
glass, there's also oil. Correct?
Just like that. Of course, every oil puddle can only be used once.
And every time there's glass, there's also oil. It's... Actually, it is neat level design.
Yeah. And like that one note earlier pointed out, the reason why there is glass and oil everywhere is because some of the people running this asylum needed to get the hell out of here.
I don't really understand the glass so much.
Well, to hear them coming.
Yeah.
Oh shit, there's 3 of them.
Whoopsie daisy.
What has futures nobody sees is towers and trees. Up and up it goes, and yet it never goes.
I may have a copy of The Hobbit in my hand.
Yeah, well,
You may be a giant nerd.
I don't think that was in doubt.
To be fair, it just happened to be in the room. I did not get it special for this episode.
Well, this guy isn't really heading to any oil puddles, so we'll just murder him the hard way.
Well,
Headshots do count for more damage.
and they just evaporate. Alright.
Yeah, and those were the special second-tier damage arrows I used on him.
Was that more of a panic arrow?
No, that was a he's only got a sliver of health left. I can pump him full of these and save myself some money.
Hmm. Now, what possessed you to kill all of them?
The assault, or the predator challenge.
Okay.
You literally need to kill every enemy on this map in order to get it.
Wow.
It's not forgiving then.
No. And like I said, I'm pretty sure that you will not have the ability to just blackjack them from behind. I don't think that works
Yeah.
on these things.
Typically, non-lethal damage does not work very well on undead. Even though these guys, I guess, technically aren't undead, but I mean...
Yeah, they never died. They're just, possessed by the primal. They're possessed by the MacGuffin is what they are.
Yeah, and I will say I do appreciate the glowing eyes.
It's cool. It's pretty. These are some pretty horrifying monsters.
And then they turn red when they notice you.
Do you have two of them after you, or...?
No, just the one.
Okay.
I just kept missing.
Archery is not this game's strong suit, despite what it should be.
Well, to be fair, firing under duress is not my strong suit.
Bobbin confirmed for awful at Call of Duty.
I don't play Call of Duty.
Well, good, because apparently you'd be awful at it.
I wouldn't say that.
Well, Kalon did.
Well, at least if I have the time to line up a shot. Well, I think there's only the one left, so I might as well get to the looting.
Gotta get that sweet magnifying glass and syringe loot.
And surgical scissors, which have 3 blades instead of 2.
What? Really?
Yeah.
I didn't notice that.
Hey, more fire arrows.
What,
Wow, it's like they gave you what you needed.
what exactly is the practical purpose of a third blade on a pair of scissors?
I don't know. Just check on Wikipedia for what surgical scissors do.
Technically, it wouldn't be a pair at that point.
It's true. It would be a triplet
Trio.
of scissors? Trio.
Trio.
Thank you. I don't think surgical scissors actually have 3 blades.
I don't know, maybe 2 of them are for clamping, 1 is for cutting?
You're a clamp. You're clamps.
Yep, see? 12 kills or knockouts? Not quite. Ah, crap, there he is. Just around the bend there.
Voices and cries, wingless flutters, toothless bites, mouthless mutters.
That's the last one.
Thank you, Andy Serkis.
I can't do that voice anymore.
You couldn't do that voice to begin with.
They absolutely did not have 3 blades. I looked it up on Wikipedia. I followed your advice. Absolutely didn't have 3 blades.
For crying out loud, right past his head. Doesn't help that they keep bobbing back and forth like that.
Name drop.
I said bobbing, not bobbin.
Vernacular, whatever.
Where'd he go?
Boy, that's an interesting grate. What a nice door. Nice architecture.
Yeah. Well, it's a good thing I got those fire arrows, because I needed them. And hey, I got the challenge.
Hooray!
So now that everything is dead, let's take one last look around, make sure I didn't forget anything up here on the top level. Just make all sorts of noise, because there's nothing left to worry about.
Garrett, probably doesn't have very nice looking feet.
That are some really good shoes.
Now, what do we have here?
That one wasn't very well hidden. The pot glowed. None of the other pots glowed at all.
Yeah, but none of the other pots had anything in them at all, so you wouldn't know to look unless it glowed.
Right, which makes it kind of a pointless hidden item then, because it wasn't hidden, per se.
Yeah, it was hidden enough.
And you can turn the little blinking light off. That is one of the options.
See, that would be hard mode, right there. Although you could probably also just cheat, so...
Yeah, probably.
Remember when games used to come with cheats built in, and you didn't need to use external applications to cheat?
Yeah.
Those were the fun times.
Yeah. Remember when cheats didn't really do all that much and were just stuff like Big Head Mode, which was the best cheat code ever?
I honestly, yeah, Ratchet and Clank and Jak and Daxter were probably the high point in terms of cheating. Just because you had to do something for them, but they were easy to do, and the cheats were so silly.
And like, Ratchet and Clank did not stop at Big Head. They went to Huge Head, Gargantuan Head. It was great.
You could enable one person's big head, one person's tiny head.
Mm-hmm.
Hey, what's this?
Good find.
It's a mechanical eye.
Huh.
That sounds
Hmm.
familiar.
Does it?
Yeah, actually. The old Garrett had a mechanical eye.
What?
Because his old one got ripped out.
When did that happen?
Towards the end of the first game.
Yeah.
Oh, Jesus. Well, that's gross. Also, shouldn't exist.
Well, whatever. It's what allows you to use zoom mode in the second and third games.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I like that. That's a pretty good in-game explanation for zoom mode. Don't know that mechanical eyes would exist in this world. But then again...
We're gonna see... Yay! There he is! Howdy.
So they've lost all sorts of knowledge in this time period.
Because apparently they're stuck at roughly the same technology level as they were 400 years ago.
Because heaven forbid you actually progress your setting in any meaningful way.
Running.
Yeah, well, this is all scripted here.
Oh.
See, as much as people give Terry Pratchett shit for, like, starting steampunk in Discworld and stuff, at least the technology in Discworld is moving forward and it's not staying stagnant for hundreds upon hundreds of years.
And now we somehow got free of all the golems.
Huh.
I like their character models. They're very, very much underground Morlockian creatures. It's nice. That was the stupidest sound ever.
The poppies arrive on silver trays, and I'm falling into darkness.
Now's not the time for your emo poetry, Aaron.
Apparently that's the explanation we get for why everything is poppies.
Why am I alone?
Because she was drugged with poppies when she was at the asylum.
Wait, what's poppies? There are...
All the glowing poppies everywhere.
Ah,
Yeah.
The fact that Garrett can restore his focus by eating poppies whole.
so she broke the fabric
I
of the
want to stop the
universe
voices.
because MacGuffin.
Yes.
Gotcha. And now we're
It would
just
have been
picking
better
up
to
poppies.
die.
Well, you need a snack for later.
We're drug addicts. That's what we are.
Yeah, those don't even count to
How
you,
can
the
you
ones
believe
you
that
get
there's
to
death at
have.
Wrong with the prisoners?
Oh, well.
Are those supposed to be the Watchers? Or something?
No, that's her in the middle turning everybody around her into golems.
Ah. That person wasn't in the room before.
Yeah, well, he was supposed to scare you because he's right behind where you were standing.
Booga booga booga.
Yeah.
They really shouldn't have introduced a monster in this section at all.
It's changing! What's happening?
No, I would have allowed
They
introducing
deserve
a
to be
monster,
punished.
but you never actually like fight them or have to sneak by them. Like you just ran by every once in a while and you'd be like, "Whoa, that's creepy."
Yeah, instead you got to shoot them full of arrows and kill them.
Yeah, like a bunch of times.
That's slightly less terrifying.
Yeah.
Well, the way that the inmates got introduced back in the Shalegate prison, or yeah, Shalegate cradle, back in the cradle, is that like once you finally manage to get to the second half of the map, you basically were introduced to them because they started making the lights flicker. And yeah, there's one behind me again.
High five!
Yeah, because that's not tired yet.
But yeah, but that was legitimately creepy. Like, they were creepy enemies, especially since, one, they would fake being dead, and two, even after you killed them, it did not stop the lights from flickering.
So you couldn't be certain that they were dead.
Keep her away from the
Yes.
fighting. She's too important to die in this rock.
Too important to be allowed to die. I wonder if they
God,
understand
what an emo. Kalon, you were right.
the North.
It's like reading Edgar Allan
Poe.
Poe.
Are you with me, Garrett?
Only not nearly as good.
Especially since she's now in those white flowing robes for some reason.
Maybe
She's
I am
emo
going
Jesus.
crazy. Only one way to find out. The Baron. Back to Northcrest Manor. Back to where it all began.
No, that absolutely doesn't make any sense, Garrett. None at all. That's
Hey!
the hugest leap in logic ever.
I was a massive predator this time.
Woohoo!
Definitely got my challenge.
Gotta buy a bunch of fire arrows, though, so...
No, they don't appear in the next mission.
Oh, okay.
Oh, well, no problem.
Oh, the following night this time.
Ooh.
If the
Wonder if his
Baron
hand
has
is
Aaron,
healed.
Then I need to break
No.
into Northcrest Manor before Alon does. It's time I got some
Does it
answers.
ever heal?
No.
That's lazy.